You know what? It's been like a minute since I've ever done anything live, like quite literally live. It's probably like 50 degrees, or I don't even know. Like it looks like it's in its 40 degrees or something. Uh, if you're watching this live, this is a rare occasion, but I felt like I needed to say something that has been in my mind for some time. But first, let me just give you a general view where I'm at right here. Let me show you. It's a nice setting, right? New York City. Born and raised here, but mostly in the Boogie Down Bronx, if some of y'all don't know where that is. But I wanted to do this whole live thing because something was just really outside and loud, because if I didn't, I felt like I wouldn't. I don't know why, it just felt like it bothered me. So, if you read the title, it's reflecting towards, if some of you don't know, on October 25th, 2021, I got injured. I fell off my scooter and I had an accident, which led to me having a broken foot and ankle. I had a broken foot and ankle from a scooter injury trying to go to work. It was one of the scariest things that I have ever had to deal with, and I didn't know what to think. I didn't know what was on my mind. I didn't even know it was broken. I really thought it was, I don't know, maybe dislocated or sprained. I didn't know what I was thinking. But this guy was in my way. I had the light. He wasn't looking in his direction, and I kept honking my horn, but I had no control. And when I didn't have control, I lost it, and then the scooter swifted, and I got into the accident. I had two officers, NYPD officers, that day on that night. I'm screaming in pain, but they're taking too long, and they're taking their sweet time. And I'm screaming, I need help. Can you call somebody, please? So, mind you, it's getting close to 11:30 p.m. I tell my mom, but my mom's so tired, I really didn't want her to come from all the way in the Bronx to get to Manhattan, even though she's my mom, and generally a parent is going to do whatever they do for their child. No, cat bread, I'm good. This happened in October. So I told my mom, just please go to sleep. So I call my best friend, who Vega, or Aunt as I call him. I call him. I tell him about the injury that happened to me, and the first thing that he tells me is that, yo, bro, do you need me? I'm like, honestly, bro, I think I do need somebody because I'm afraid to do this alone. He didn't ask what, he didn't hesitate. All he did was ask, where's the location? Where are you gonna go? That's all he did. No, Jason, I'm good. I'm not. This happened in October. I'm just telling you what happened. Okay, I'm just letting you guys know something, because what you're hearing right now is a reflection of everything that happens what happened to me from my reaction videos. There was a big haul when that happened. So he just says, where's the location? Where do you want me to go? So I tell him the hospital. He didn't hesitate. He went and he took a Lyft or an Uber to head over here to come see me because I was injured. Let me tell you something. I'm not a fan of the hospital, Bellevue Hospital. Bellevue Hospital in New York City, their service was, I was not happy with that. I'll say that. I was there for a complete 8 hours, had micro naps, had to take maybe pain medication. I had to lie to them, saying he was my cousin so that they can let him in, because they weren't going to let normal people come in. They were just going to let family come in. And the whole time he was here with me, they didn't bother to give him anything to sit down. But you know what? I'm stalling. I'm giving too much of a story. The point is, when I got the x-rays, they told me that I had broken my foot and my ankle. And it really hit me hard. It honestly hit me hard, because I didn't want that. I didn't know what to think. I didn't know how to feel. I didn't know any of that. So when they told me I had to have surgery, I was scared out of my life, because I never had to have surgery. I mean, I've had stitches. I mean, I've had stitches here. I've had stitches in my left arm, stitches in my head, right here, but never surgery. And if I did, I might have been a kid, so I wouldn't remember it. But it was scary because they had to do two surgeries, one incision from the ankle and another incision within the foot. So 2 times I had to deal with this. And it's the fact that I was hopping on crutches and I was hopping on a walker using my left foot when my right foot was hurt. And I hated it. I honestly hated it from experience because it felt like being helpless. It felt like I couldn't do anything. I couldn't cook. I couldn't wash dishes. I went to New York when I was 4 and fell, tripped, and hurt my ankle, but I was sent to the hospital, but luckily I'm okay. I'm very happy that you were okay, Cat Bread. What was I saying? I had this feeling being helpless, not being able to do something. Like, it really stuck. And then the thing is, like, I live a single life. I don't have anybody. I don't have a girlfriend. I'm not married. So I was living alone, dealing with that. And my mom went out of her way. I had my mom go out of her way, living in the Bronx, working at her job. And, she'd come by and she would stay with me. She would stay with me through that whole process. And it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. It was hard to not being able to take a shower, the brush and the cooking. It was hard. I had her. I had my uncle who would help me out, who would try to take care of me. I had my best friends. I had my best friends who were willing to travel to see me, to help me when things were tough. And I'm a prideful guy. I don't ask for help. I don't like to ask for help. I like to do everything by myself. So it was a weird experience for me. And not only that, I couldn't do my reaction videos. I couldn't watch TV properly. Everything I had to do, I had to lay down on my bed, and I had to elevate my foot to avoid swelling. I had to avoid swelling. So I had to lay down all the time on my bed with it was like a medicated pillow, and I had to raise it up. So I'm thinking back how my best friend, Vega, stayed with me through that time when I was scared at my most sensitive, who helped me, who didn't barely get any sleep and carried my scooter, my backpack after the thing with the lift, and I'm on crutches and I'm struggling hard. Mom, I can't believe I'm embarrassed. I'm a little bit embarrassed to say this, but at the same time, I filed for disability, and you think that you would get money for that, but what I make at my normal job, I was getting maybe less than 1/3 of that. So I was getting paid $165 a month on disability from what the New York State would provide me, and I'm like, this isn't going to help me with anything. This isn't going to help me cover my rent. This said help me if this is food, but this isn't going to help me with my rent. And I was stuck like this for 4 months. 4 months I was stuck with this struggle, with this embarrassment. And my mom is helping me pay my rent. Like, she helped me for 2 months, maybe 3 months of my rent, which is like, I didn't want her to do this. The whole point, and the most embarrassing part on my end is that I didn't save. Listen, guys, you have to be smart when you work at a job, and you have to have a savings, and you got to save your money, okay? If I had saved my money and I wasn't in debt like I was, then I wouldn't be in the situation. Like, I would have had money saved. I would have spent my money. I would have had money to cover me for 6 months if I was hurt this much. And now I've been put into a situation where my mom had to help me out with financially with this, and it was not an easy thing. But after those two surgeries were done, and I was so knocked out, my lips were dried. I was craving crackers and ginger ale. Like those surgeries really got to me, and I felt so much pain in my right foot or ankle. It's both places really, but it was not. Maybe if you do more live streams, people that love your videos can donate to you. That's the thing. I don't do these kind of live streams to hope. Sub bro, glad to see you're better, bro. Thank you, Connor. Thank you, Connor. Appreciate that, and thank you, Capred. I was saying that I don't want to do these live streams to hope to get donations. Like again, I'm a prideful person. I never want to ask people for money or anything. I feel like if I'm gonna earn money, I want to earn money through something that I do, which is doing content creating, providing reaction videos, gaming videos. Sorry, it's a little bit chill. It's getting chilly right now at this roof. But you know, I wanted to talk to you guys. I hope you get out of this situation. No, Jason. That's what I'm trying to explain. Is that if you could look at me right now, this was the foot that was injured, and if I'm standing on it, which is a reflection saying that I'm walking. The most awesome part about this is that I go back to my my normal job this Thursday on a natural shift, and I get to work. Of course, I don't stand; I'll be sitting down. But the point is that, like, y'all saw my other videos where my hair was longer than this. I had a haircut, and I cut it off last Tuesday, and I was crying because cutting my hair was like a reflection. It was like a symbolic meaning of the journey that I went through. That had me cut this off. It tells me that time is for a refresh. It was time to make a difference. It was time to make a change. And I did, and it's to say that I'm moving on. I'm moving on from the injury. But, man, I'm sorry if I don't have the words right now. It's just, I'm thinking of this. This wasn't planned. This wasn't anything. I was on the rooftop. I was looking at the sunset, and I thought to myself that I needed to say something to my viewers. I needed to say something truthful, and I wanted to say that I'm not gonna lie. At one point, I thought about giving up the whole YouTube content creating a reaction. I thought about giving up on that. Like that's how bad I was mentally. I was fucked up. I didn't know what was on my mind. I didn't know how to feel. I didn't know how to if whether or not I can actually do this anymore. I really wasn't sure, but a lot of you guys were so supportive, so loving, so you guys saw some of the stuff that was going on social media, on my Twitter, on my Instagram, on YouTube, and you were just so loving. And I felt like because of your comments that you guys really pushed me and motivated me to want to do something to keep my mind stimulated so that I wouldn't have to be down that I was. One of my best friends who I told you about who was there for me, supporting me, he was one of the guys who came to visit me when I was hurt. I've known him for 15, 16 years with my other best friend Mark, and then my other friend Vega. I've known him for thank you, Jason, thank you for that. It's a week old, but thank you. But honestly, guys, this was a real self-reflecting, because this injury had put me in my lowest. It made me feel bad. It made me, it made me feel weak inside. It made me feel weak inside because it's not easy to, sorry, I gotta sit down because I have to thank. I gotta thank my surgeon, Dr. Scott Ellis. He really, he made me feel confident. He gave me hopes, believe it, I could walk again and go back to doing physical things because I'm an athlete. And when an athlete can't do what he loves to do, it's really bad, But he gave me the hopes. He helped me with my surgery. Scott Ellis was from Hospital Special Surgery. Was a great surgeon. I gotta thank my physical therapist who has really pushed me to, put some weight on my foot to help me walk, and I'm walking normal. I mean, it's not the best, but thank you, Cat Brett. I appreciate it. Uh, I gotta. Greg for life. I'm working on episode 9. I promise I'll get episode 9 to 10 on. Okay. I want to thank my friends, who have been with me for years. I want to thank Vega. I want to thank Randy. I want to thank Mark. I I love you guys. I love you guys. You're my brothers. You're my best friends. You've been with me through this, and I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful you guys were here for me when I was at my weakest. Randy and Mark, you know what it was like being in high school. You know what it was like diagnosed with autism. Us three, we were diagnosed with the same. We had each other. We've had our off moments and our good moments and our bad moments, but we all were the balance for each other, all three of us. And I feel like I felt like I enjoyed high school more because of you guys. I felt like I've had so many friends come and go in my life, but you two have been consistent. And then I've had my work friend, who is my best friend, Vega. He's been there for me. And that's how you know when you have your that's how you know when your friends are actually your friends, because they stick with you through the hardest of times. They help you out. They do this for you. I gotta thank you guys. So thank you so much. I gotta thank my family. My grandmother was so supportive. It was hard for her. Because when I lost my grandfather in 2018, my grandmother is the only person left I have. And it was just hard on me as it was hard on her, because she couldn't visit me because she's at that age where sometimes traveling is hard for her. And I couldn't travel because my foot was broken and it was recovering, and I couldn't put weight on it, so I couldn't hop, and I couldn't spend money on a cab. And the one time that I made the exception is that I took a cab all the way to the Bronx to see her on Thanksgiving, because I refused to miss her on Thanksgiving. Thank you. I love you guys. Thank you so much for that. I'm sorry you see me in my most sensitive state. This is the most sensitive that I've been since the Cobra Kai episode, when Daniel LaRusso was listening to Mr. Miyagi letter. But this is me being me. This is me talking about that. So, I thank my grandmother for being as supportive as she was and being strong for me when I wasn't. I gotta thank my uncle, who would come to the Bronx, who suffers through migraines, but he goes all the way from the Bronx Cub sees me and he helps me massage my right foot, help me stretch it out, help me to avoid it from having a stiff thing so that I'm able to flex, to move, to rotate. He was really there. And it wasn't easy for him to do all this traveling, but he did it because he wanted to help me. You know, Theo Apple, thank you. Thank you so much for helping me. And to my wonderful mother, who is a queen, who raised me, who had raised me, from the moment I was born, you know, she was there. I didn't have a father growing up. I didn't have any of that. But, you know, like, she was there for me, and she, you know, she paid my rent, she helped me, she cooked for me, she would stay over to my house. You know, she helped me move to my new apartment, which isn't the same building, but it was in the same building, just a different floor. But the point is, you know, she helped me. And God, sometimes I really wish I was dating somebody or I was married, because I wish I had somebody who was right by my side 24/7. Somebody who would just be there for me so my mother wouldn't have to do it. But she was there. And Mom, I know you're probably not going to watch this video, and I hope to God you don't, because you're going to get too emotional looking at me like this. But, you know, I love you so much, and I'm thankful. You know, I'm thankful for you, for everything you do. I'm thankful. You know, I thank you for saving me. You know, I love you, and I appreciate everything you do. And I'm happy that you pushed me to get back on my feet when I was at the lowest of the low, badly. All of you have been so wonderful to me, and I hope I can give back. I hope I can give back this same amount of love and the same amount of, you know, respect. And I got to thank everybody at my job who have texted me, who called me with concerns, who gave me their love out. You know, thank you guys at my job for doing that, for checking up on me. I thank everybody else, but, you know, I just had to give those special shout outs to those specific people who really, you know, who really pushed me to be where I'm at. And I'm grateful, because now I'm at the point in my life where I'm standing as high as this building here. I'm standing as high as that building right now, mentally in the head, strong in the head, and I'm saying to myself that Lionheart is coming back with the fucking vengeance, and I'm coming in strong with my foot strong on the feet, and I'm standing on my own 2 feet, not 1 foot but 2 feet, and I'm gonna make sure, I swear to God, I'm gonna make sure that I push myself further. I'm gonna accomplish more. I'm gonna do whatever I can, because this was a self-reflecting. This journey, these 4 months, have been so self-reflecting and so deep thought that now I want to start making some changes in my life in a positive way. The people, that's all I can say. But change is coming. Change is coming. We're in 2022. Hold on. It's 2022. I'm back. Lionheart's back on his feet, strong. Here. It's time to believe, it's time to achieve, and to succeed. I thank you guys so much for taking the time to see me. I never thought I would be crying this much on a video, but I thank you guys for watching this. I swear to God, I love each and every single one of you out there. If there's ever a time that you feel like you're at your lowest point, if there's ever a time that you feel like you're down and you don't have anybody in there, don't think like that. There's always somebody for, and I will be that person for you. I will be that person who will be your strength. I will be the person that lift you. I will do whatever I have to. Because all of you out there, y'all helped me out as well. Believe it or not, you played a pivotal role in pushing me to make sure I didn't quit doing what I do. And I thank you guys so much, man. I love y'all. I'm gonna have to go, but I will just leave with this view. All right. Have a good night, guys. I'm probably gonna work on episode 9 and make sure Sony doesn't give me a hard time. Thank you, Cat Brett. I appreciate it. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Randy. Connor. Thank you so much. All right. Take care.